Only Singles Live Philly, and nobody is there, y'all. Only 2 men walked in. It's been nothing but women there all night. One of the men pulled up in a black Bentley truck. All the women's eyes was on him.
Half of them were 6 foot, 6-figure, 6-pack guys.
They were kind of bigger women, so it was all over the place.
You can't tell me men at the prize, child. You can lie and say they aren't, but women outnumber men so bad.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Guy posted a tweet saying almost every single unmarried 40-year-old man that I know wants to marry a woman aged 28 to 32. And as you can imagine, the comments were very polarizing. Lovely Jason Allen said, "You misspelled bang." This woman said, "Totally true, but honestly, I am in that bracket, and I don't know if I would date a 40-year-old guy unless he was spectacular." This person said, "It's called a midlife crisis, Nick. That doesn't make it acceptable." Christian T said, "And that is just why they are unmarried. Unrealistic expectations." This was a nice balanced comment. "Nick, this is short-sighted. Marriage is best suited for those who want to enjoy life with a wonderful partner. Kids are a bonus, but bio kids are not the legacy that people believe they are. Also, no one can guarantee the future." Sophia said, "They want to, but they won't. This is as unreasonable as women in that age range demanding only 6-foot-tall, 6-figure salary guys. Most of both groups are shooting way beyond their range." This lady said, "Older men are so unattractive now. I don't know, but in the USA, I'd like a healthy-looking dad for my kids, and it's slim pics." This is so true. Like, how many men in their 40s are actually in decent shape? Cole Sims says, "I know I would have been super suspicious of a 40-year-old man who was still single. Not gonna lie, I would wonder what was wrong with him that he didn't commit/make it work sooner. Is he a cheat, commitment phobe, inconsiderate partner, a pervert, domineering? This is what I would wonder." Pretty Stan account says they can't pull 40-year-old women. There is an argument to be made for once women are in their 30s, 40s, they're too wise for the bullshit. Sparkle Paws says, "No young woman wants to be with a man 10 plus years older unless the man is willing and able to compensate the woman for age difference, usually by providing for her so she doesn't have to work. These mid-40s broke bros thinking they can pull young just because they want to is funny." Chris is a nice guy. He says, "Not me, man. I'm 47 and the last thing I want is someone 28 to 32. Give me someone who's roughly the same age as me and chill." Atalos says, "It is because men do not see their chronological age in the mirror. They see their age in the face of the woman they are with."
Now, look, you can obviously tell something is wrong with the society, right? Men are programmed by feminism. Women are programmed by feminism. Why is that? Why is every guy I know out here on this side dating younger women? Is it because they're perverts? No, not at all. It's because that's what men truly want. Men truly want a younger, more qualified woman. Like all the time, I see guys coming out here getting married to younger, more qualified women. Some guys get them a little older, but the woman is more qualified. You can tell by guys there brainwashed by women. Their mindsets brainwashed and ruined by the woman to where usually when a guy is 40, regardless, he's going to have a lot more or be close to the 6 figures more so than a 20-year-old. That's what the women favor. That's how they're going to get their 6-foot, 6-figure guy. But who am I, right?
Zero self-awareness and a lot of wishful thinking. If she is 30, then hell yeah, I am not middle-aged. I'm just getting started. Another lady saying, "But the real question is, why are they still single at 40? As a woman, that would raise some red flags." Lauren Madden says, "Very firm believer that age is just a number, but there's no way I would have dated a 40-year-old guy in my 20s. In my 30s, absolutely. Also very dependent on maturity level of the guy. Peter Pan syndrome is real," and it really is. Samson Washington says, "If you made it to 40 unmarried with no kids, you're incredibly indecisive or you never wanted those things in the first place." And that is for men, by the way, because I know many women who are in their 30s, nearly 40, unmarried. They wanted a relationship and they wanted to settle down, but they couldn't find a man that wanted to do it. Lizzie B says, sucks to be them. This isn't the 50s. Women want people their own age. And the market gods said, and plenty of married ones do too.
Men supposed to get women their own age that are used up? I don't think so. They'd rather be single.
I've kind of like I always wanted to get married and have kids. Recently, I've been thinking like, I don't know fully if I want to risk not being able to have kids because I want to get married first. Does that make sense? That's quite honest, kind of like I'm making like a confession. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I get to the point where I feel like I'm not going to get married and I haven't found the right one, my right one is me. I love me. And if I want to have kids, I'll still have kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the world. A little or big party and a piece of paper isn't going to change my life.
Yeah.
Like, what I want, the big things, you could get married 10 million times in your life, not 10 million times, but you get married like 10 times.
Yeah.
There's people that have been married so many times.
Yeah.
Like, but if I do have a limit and, you know, an expiry date on my fertility, that is kind of more important to me now. And yeah, like people will say, well, you never wanted kids when, 3 years ago. And like, yeah, people will say, oh, I changed.
Yeah, but did you say like you never ever wanted kids?
I don't remember saying this ever. Ever remember saying this, but for example, like Gingerbeard and apparently Gingerbeard's friends say I said that for a fact, right? Which I never remember. If I had said that, then my mum and dad would have been crying for years.
Because we both said the same thing. We were like, oh my God, the thought of kids is scary. Definitely don't want them anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like in the future.
I never fucking said
this is 4 years ago.
Because I know if I said that 4 years ago, my mum would have been distraught, my dad would have been distraught, and I've never seen them distraught because I've never said that to them.
We've never ever said we never want kids.
But anyway, like, even if I did say that, I am proud to say I have changed. And if you're not changing as a human, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Of course, everybody's changing, right? People think, women say I will never have kids when they're younger and decide to have kids later. But one thing I do know, with most women, it begins to be too late. What I mean is, not by the years and years they're having baby, meaning too late with their attitudes. That independent woman attitude that's going on nowadays, feminism, it never goes away from women. And she doesn't realize, with the way women are nowadays, they're never going to get a man. They're 30 years old, 40 years old, even 20. Never. Why? Because men aren't putting up with nonsense.
So I've been holding this video in the vault for a very long time, but I'm finally going to talk about it. Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty. And I believe I walked past, it was like, and the crazy thing is I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing about it. When did I walk past? It was like in the middle.
Oh, I'm walking through the Kendra G Singles Live Philly, and nobody is there, y'all. Hold on, look.
Going closer to the end, right? So I walked past, and it was like a big old Kendra sign out there, and I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for. I wanted to meet Kendra, and he's like, he didn't really know who Kendra was, but I was telling him who Kendra was, and I was like, I want to meet Kendra. So I go down there and I walk in. I didn't record when I was walking there, but I did record me walking past and leaving. And the girl at the front desk was like, Kendra is not here. Kendra didn't show up. I said, okay, well, this is it? She was like, this is it. Like, this is, and I said, well, did a lot of people leave? And she said, no, like, because I thought I got there on the tail end of the party. And she was like, no, it wasn't a lot of, but what the part that got me is she said, only 2 men walked in. It's been nothing but women there all night.
I wonder why.
As you can see in the video, it's nothing but women. As I was counting in the video, it was like 14 women. And then that's not even including the women that were in the back. It was like groups of women in the back getting drinks. And it was 2 men. 2 men. And the part that kills me is that one of the men, right? And this is what, when women say they don't compete for men, it kills me. Because deep down inside, they do. They just put in the front and say they don't, but they do in real life. Outside, right? One of the men pulled up in a black Bentley truck. Like, while I was at the desk, because he was looking for parking. So another man pulls up in a Bentley truck and walks to the front. And everybody got up out their seats, looking up, looking at the door. Everybody. He walked in, he looked around. He walked up and talked to the DJ. Eyes, all the women eyes was on him. He was he was a tall judge. So I'm thinking in my head, this is Kendra's show in real life. All of the women are looking for this small selection of men. The 6 foot, that was the six.
This is exactly why no men showed up to the event. You see that? 6 foot, pulled up in a Bentley, 6 foot guy came there and shut the event down. Ain't that a problem? All the women. Could have been another 5'8" guy there, my height. No. You get no play. 6 foot, 6 figures. Go for him. The little short guy has the money, but doesn't. No. You get no play. Go for him.
6 foot, 6-figured man they all were looking for. That was him. And they all was. And I'm standing there, I'm looking. I swear I'm looking. And he talks to the DJ and they cacking it up and he just walks right on out and they watched him walk right on out.
You can't make this.
And I was like, you can't tell me men at the prize, child. You can lie and say they aren't, but women outnumber men so bad, in especially popular urban areas. In Philadelphia, even when you watch Kendra G's show, there are more women on the show. Kendra say this all the time. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. If you look at Kendra G's video, scroll down, I counted it. I'll do what y'all want with that information. But it was just a funny sight to see. I honestly believe dating is dead. I don't think people should date. I think dating is dead. I don't think you should date. If you already haven't found your partner and you know you're superficial, just have hookups and call it a night. Just have hookups and call it a night. That's just me personally. Because most people are superficial, whether they like to say it or not. But yeah, that was it. The 6 foot, 6-figured man walked through, saw the women that was up for grabbing, didn't choose any, and walked right on out. I was shocked. I thought more men was going to come out, especially the men that be in the comment section. But I'm not going to lie, Kendra dating show does not have the good. I wouldn't go to an event for Kendra anyway. I was going to be woozy, and I was with my man. But I feel like the people who are on her show, they're not good dating options. Like, they're not good dating options. Like, even if you watch her show, like the men and women that goes up there, they're not good options to choose from. Nobody on there is healed. So I can imagine what it was like in real life. I just thought more men would be there. That's all. That was just me. I thought more men would be there. I thought it would be an equal event. But to see if it was full with women, this is not my first time hearing about this, but I'm just being.
Men are standing strong. Men are standing tried and true. I like saying it. It's crazy.
The weirdest thing I've noticed in dating culture is like no one is trying to make a girl laugh anymore. Like, let's have a laugh together. Let's bring back laughing. It's this corporatization or something of dating where they're like boom, boom, boom. But it's like so sterile. I want to be in a bit with you. I want to be in a long form bit where nobody even knows what's going on after a certain point. We are so committed to the bit and just having a laugh. Before dating apps, I remember guys that I would date, like it was their mission to make me laugh. If you can make me laugh, like that's it. Game over. If we can make each other laugh, I mean, that's a nice time. That's a nice time right there. We gotta get back to that somehow.
That woman must be like 40. She doesn't look it. She's from the past somewhere. She's like 40, 50 years old, doesn't look it. Because no woman wants that. Guys are not out here trying to make women laugh. You get laughed at. Men are just not doing that. Make a woman laugh? Yeah, right.
So this guy that I went on a Hinge date dines and dashes on me and my girlfriend. I went on Hinge, and he's like suggested for our first date like Panera Bread. And I was like, I'm totally down for that, but I kind of wanted something a little bit more exciting. So there's this hibachi place next to us. And I think hibachi is super fun because like they do the things in the hat, they throw up their like tools around. And I think it's just like a fun thing in case we get in an awkward moment, we have something else to watch. And my girlfriend.
That's wild. So Panera Bread, hibachi, Panera Bread. Okay.
And my girlfriend was also going on a date at the same place. So I was like, oh my God, let's just go. And we'll maybe we can get set at the same table and pretend we don't know each other. Like, it'll just be fun, like, whatever. But then she gets stood up by a guy. So she's going to hibachi by herself. So when my date comes, I'm just like, hey, is it okay? Like, is it cool if she just hangs out with us at the hibachi table? And he was like, yeah, no problem. So I didn't think it was a big deal. And then, like, while we're doing the hibachi, whatever, he gets, like, super awkward. And, like, my girlfriend and I are getting drinks, and we got, like, steak and seafood, and he just got, like, chicken and rice. So when the server asked, like, should we, like, how are we splitting the bill? I was like, oh, put it all on one, because I was just going to pay his, because he had to sit with my girlfriend and I. He didn't even really get that much. And, like, I enjoyed the conversation, so I was like, let me just take care of it for him. And this guy asked me to box his food for him, and he never comes back. And in my head, I was like, did I tell him I was going to pay for him already? I was like, wait, did I say that? I was like, no, I didn't say that. I definitely just said that in my head because I wanted it to be like a surprise, kind of. But this guy legit, like, never came back. And I was already going to pay for his meal. But, like, did he not think that? Anyway, weird. Also, I'm just kidding. This wasn't me. But I saw the guy that signed a dash on the hibachi grill, and I was like, wonder if this girl was going to do that.
Daddies should not be changing little girl diapers. Husbands, fathers, granddaddies, uncles, brothers, godfathers, men should not be changing little girl diapers, like little baby diapers. They just shouldn't be doing it. That's what I keep hearing in all these videos that I've seen, not only on TikTok, but on Facebook. I'm part of a mom group, and even in the mom group, is moms posting, talking about, oh yeah, my husband doesn't change my daughter's diaper, and I don't allow no man to change my daughter's diaper, or my husband is afraid to change my daughter's diaper. And I got the boo-boo the fool face, like, the fuck do y'all mean? So you mean to tell me that y'all are having babies with men that you don't trust to change the diaper? Y'all laying up with a man that you wouldn't trust around an infant? Make it make sense. Now, as a CSA and as a survivor, I have made videos before about some of the, we'll call them triggers, that I had having a daughter, and some of the things that I've done for myself to, help myself get more comfortable. But never was it a issue with my husband. It was never something he did. Like, it's crazy to me that y'all are having children with men that y'all see in some respect or form as predators. Because we got to call a spade a spade. If you don't trust that man to change your daughter's diaper, you're calling him a predator. You're saying that he has tendencies and or red flags that make you wonder what he's thinking about when he changes your child. And that's problematic because you married him. You had a baby with him. Nowhere before that process took place did you think maybe I shouldn't allow this person around children, so maybe I shouldn't sleep with him. That never crossed your mind. Let me tell you something. My biggest problem with my husband changing diapers is how many damn wipes he uses. Okay? My husband will change my daughter, or now she's in pull-up, so thank God it's saving on the diaper bill. But my biggest problem was how many wipes he was using. This man will use half a pack of wipes when she peed. Don't let her poop. Don't let there be a blowout, because, baby, the whole tub is gone. That's my only issue, and making sure that I taught him how to clean her properly, because we got parts that he don't have, okay? Yeah, he clearly knows his way around them, or I wouldn't have got pregnant in the first place. But he don't know how to clean them. So I made sure we had that conversation about both washing and wiping. But other than that, do what you gotta do. That's one less thing for me to do. Y'all are weird for real, saying men are not supposed to be changing diapers. Then why the hell are you having a baby with him? Like, I don't get the logic. I don't get the conversation. I don't get how this is a debate. Are y'all not really thinking clearly when y'all choose partners? Somebody fill me in. Why aren't daddies supposed to be changing diapers? I mean, they're dads. That's their kid too, right? Am I crazy? Maybe I am. I love y'all.
Yeah, I don't get it with dads, but with uncles, grandpas, no. I wouldn't have another man, change my daughter's diapers. It's just you don't know what he's gonna think when he sees it, the infant, no matter what. No, I couldn't do it.
Came up to give an update.
All right, what's the update, CJ?
It's not a good update. It's not a good update.
Ooh, it's not a good update. Let me hear it.
So first and foremost, you're amazing. Shout out to you for trying to, get people to connect. So good job on that. So the update, I had a lot of people slide in the DMs, but it didn't make sense. I did meet one person from the show, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
What do you mean as it didn't make sense? Did it not fit what you were asking for?
No, not at all.
Okay, so let's talk about what were your requirements.
So I was looking for somebody that was, relatively in shape, African American woman, minimum or max 2 kids, age requirements between 28 and I say 42, and it was everything outside of that. It was white women, and women who had 5 kids. Women didn't have jobs, they didn't have cars, they didn't live in California. They were kind of bigger women, so it was all over the place.
So we got CJ. He's in Southern California, 35, no kids. He's a project manager, not into zodiac signs. What kind of woman are you looking for? Let's be clear.
I was clear last time, I thought. So I'm just looking for a woman who doesn't need to be taken care of to take care of her. So i.e., I'm looking for a woman that has a career already. I'm looking for a grown woman. I'm not looking for a woman that's going to be a liability. I'm looking for somebody that's going to be an asset. Granted, I meet all the 6s because we went over this last time.
What are all the 6s that you meet?
I meet all the 6s. So I make above 6 figures. I am 6 feet tall, and then I meet the other 6 as well.
Well, let me ask you this: you said above 6 figures, which is 7 figures. Do you mean you make?
Blame my last. I make between 1 and 200K.
Okay, to be clear.
My bad.
How tall are you?
6 feet.
And you over?
Yeah.
You well endowed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies, he got the 3 6s. Now, does she gotta look a certain way?
Black. African American.
I think what the man said is quite simple. He didn't say much. He said a reasonable age, 28 to 42. But the problem is, he said black. Now, a lot of black women are too fat. You got to call a spade a spade. It's a problem. See him, he's a slim man. A lot of women walk around 5'3", 200, 180. Big. That's too big. That's too big for a man. It's too big. The portion's not equal. Men don't want that. That looks fat. You take your clothes off, the jelly rolls are poking out. Guys don't want to lift your jelly rolls when they're hitting it.
Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are the closest thing to God to me. There's nothing better than a black woman.
Nothing better than a black woman. We love to hear it.
Yeah.
We love when our black men stand for black women.
Yeah, ain't nothing better than y'all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Ain't nothing better than a black woman. We love to hear it. Does the woman have to make a certain amount of money?
So I'm looking for a career-driven woman. Last time I did say between $50,000 and $70,000. That's not really fair, because there's a lot of great women who don't meet that financial requirement. Number one, number two, we live in a world where the economy is trash, and I know people are trying to make ends meet. So after going over my last interview, it wasn't fair. I just need you to be able to take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be the lover, leader, provider.
Oh, man. That man realized. He realized you want a woman, you got to go lower. Bro, you got to go lower, like down to fast food lower. Really, because you'll get a fast food woman that's a dime and that will serve you right. Call up there and you be like, oh, yeah. You got to go lower.
Protector for you anyways. I just don't want you to be a liability.
I mean, okay. Provider, because you said that word. Ladies love that word. So what does provider mean to you?
I make it easy for you, 100%.
Talking that talk, CJ. All right. And you want to get married, correct?
I do. The reason, I want to dive a little bit on the provider technique. So because I want a wife with kids, it is extremely foolish of me to have her go work while she's pregnant. Excuse my French, but that is extremely dumb to have my wife working while she's pregnant. So therefore, I have to put myself in a position for all of us. That way you can stay home, do whatever you got to do, and I take care of everything else.
Also, you don't want your woman to work when she's pregnant with your child.
Absolutely not. Now let me dive into that a little bit. Working is going to be her option. It's not going to be her requirement. It's not going to be her mandate. If she wants to work, perfectly fine. But that's going to be after the pregnancy, after she gets done healing, whatever the case may be. But it's not going to be a requirement.
Now, CJ, you talking that talk, CJ.
I can back it up.
You must have talked that talk the last time. That's why you got bombarded. That's why the women was shooting their shot. They was like, I know a bitch is overweight. And I know I got 3 kids. But CJ, I'm putting my application in. They said, I heard your deal breakers. Let's see if we can revise some things. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh. Let me see.
We found luck, though.
Women always talk about wanting to date 6 foot, 6 figure, and 6-pack guys. I made a list of everyone I've dated since I left my marriage, and of the 10 guys I have dated, half of them were 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack guys, and I will explain to you where and how I met them. Just gonna do light makeup today. Of the other 5 guys, only one of them was not 6-figure guy, and he is a young guy that I dated right after my marriage. Only one of them wasn't 6 feet, and the other 3 were not 6-pack, but had the other 2 qualities. Now, really quick, why did none of these relationships work out? Why am I great at attracting these guys that everyone seems to desire but couldn't continue the relationship? Is because I was really in trauma bond and I was replaying out old patterns. I realized until I chose to heal on the inside, I was going to keep repeating these patterns, which is why I have been so focused on self-work the last 1.5 years. Since I ended my last relationship, I decided to go spend Thanksgiving in France, and on my flight home, I met the first guy I dated, 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack. So he had basically been traveling, and so had I. So we met traveling. The second guy I met because I was part of a social club in San Diego called the University Club, but it's very similar to Soho House. And I met his mother, and she absolutely loved me. And so I walked into University Club one afternoon. They were having lunch. Her son, who had just moved to San Diego, was there. And that's how he and I met. So basically through his mother, through a social club, and we started dating. Another guy I met because his sister was my foreign exchange student, and his family ended up loving me and coming to visit often. And so he and I had known each other for quite some time. And obviously there was nothing while I was married. But then clearly when I ended my marriage and he and I saw each other again, we began dating. Another guy I met in Saint-Tropez with an organization called It's a Small World. I went to a ball, and you can join the organization. It's just going to cost money to travel with them because they had their white party kickoff summer season in Saint-Tropez. They do ski trips in Stade. So it's an elite group to be part of, but you can meet these types of guys there. Another person was just a friend I had had for a long time amongst mutual friend groups. And the last guy was someone where when I described it to a group of people in a business meeting, hey, I'm single, if you guys have any single friends, this guy was like, you are describing someone I know perfectly, let me introduce you. So 100% of the time, these guys that I met had everything to do with the network that I was around.
You see that? She was around a great network of people where these guys are active at, right? That's like these guys are not around going to nightclubs. These guys are traveling. There's a lot of, I speak to them all the time, a lot of 6-figure guys traveling the world, meet women as they go. There's a lot of guys that are like this. They're involved in so many other things that you wouldn't expect. And I get involved in so many other things that the regular person wouldn't expect. And that's what these guys are. These guys aren't playing games. And they want to meet women that's not about playing games too. Right? Why do you think that 6-figure guy at the Kendra G event left it? The other guy is setting himself up for failure because he's going to take care of a woman who's not about nothing. What was that woman about? Didn't she come across Like she should be around that circle. Like she would do everything a man needs. A man says, "Hey, I need you to do this," and you do. She's going to do that without a fight. Most women aren't like that, and men are trying to find women like her because they realize it's definitely more to life than going to anything that's not like that.
I am leaving, and I am never coming back.